So today is the 26th, and from the 25th, I think, or the 24th to the 27th, or 25th to the 27th, they have Power of Love in Watauga, uh, with speakers like Todd White and a few of his colleagues up there. And I went to one yesterday, and I heard some of the testimonials about powers of healing, and not everybody's able to just go get a testimonial. There's like 500 people, uh, but they're sharing stories. They're sharing stories of victories, so that everyone can know that God has the power to heal you of anything you're going through, whether it be depression, whether it be physical illness, whether it be physical diseases, financial situations, relationship problems. He can make subtle movements for you if you ask. He can push you in the direction as long as you let him and are willing and can hear his word. So I had a spiritual awakening on 4/1 of 2017. That's about almost 10 months ago. And I was stuck in a dead-end job where I was promised a percentage of the company and I worked for no wages, and whenever I decided to quit, because I was not going to get my 30%, I ended up in a manic depressive state, and I was using, and I was getting high, and I was getting sick. I was getting sad because I felt like everything was very critical in my life, and it was all going downhill, and that everyone was against me. And I prayed for resolutions to all of these things that were going on in my life. How can I get away from drugs? How can I get away from this business agreement uh, without a job, um, without without losing what I had just invested? How can I move on, like, with my heart? And so ever since 4/1, I have been doing research on how to, and I've been guided in research on how to free yourself of addiction. And from that day, 4/1, I haven't drinking any soda. I've removed sugar from my diet for like the first 6 months, and I didn't do it to solve my problem with like weight. I really haven't had weight issues. I did it solely for the depression and the spikes of cravings that eating sugar consistently gives you. Whenever you eat sugar, you have certain thoughts go through your body, and certain like bodily functions of digestion that cause you to feel certain ways while you're eating the sugar. You have constant like want for more of it, and once you are finished eating, you experience a hard crash from the insulin that like pours out of your body to remove the sugar from your blood. And then you feel another feeling of tiredness and need to replace the sugar that has just been taken out of your blood. You feel a uncontrolling compulsive need to eat more after that. So there's like 3 spikes that you have to go through when living a lifestyle including sugar. So by doing that, I removed all of those like operating like systems from my lifestyle. So whenever I removed sugar for the first 6 months, I just didn't have those constant up and downs and crashings. I lived in a state called ketosis. When you remove all sugar from your diet, your body will go into ketosis, and it will burn the fats on your body, and your liver will produce ketones as a fasted energy, so it can survive at like a higher level. So it can survive for longer uh, off less fuel, or with more function. And by doing that, your body is just working differently. Your body doesn't crave fats, and when you eat fats, it doesn't destroy your gut, and it doesn't send your signaling up and down. It doesn't cause stress. It doesn't cause cortisol. It doesn't cause hormonal imbalances based on the pancreas pumping out insulin all the time. The life without sugar has clear indications of being a clearer life all around. And I believe like staying in ketosis makes it so you have less compulsive thoughts towards everything, and you learn to develop that type of thinking as long as you're deprived of the sugar. You're able to apply that correction to the rest of your life in the same moments. We all have 24 hours a day. We're all thinking 24 hours a day. It's just, what are we thinking about? And is it what our mind and spirit is telling us to think about and do? Or is it something that the body is compulsively making us do just based on being unhealthy? Sort of like addiction, but food addiction. Fats do not cause a feeling of food addiction. It does not cause a compulsiveness of food. Sugar does. It does cause these compulsiveness. It does cause overeating and gorging yourself. And if you compare that to drugs, sugar is a more addictive substance than drugs. It might not look like it's causing you as much damage or instantaneous damage as these drugs do, but the drugs are just more noticeable. The sugar hides very well because it just causes these spikes of energy and spikes of little crashing that seems to be normal. It's not normal when you use drugs. Whenever you use methamphetamines and you go up and then you come down and you have anxiety, or when you use heroin and you get high and you get tired and sleepy and you feel good, and then when you come down you hurt. It's just like that, but with compulsiveness of needing non-spiritual things. You remove all toxins from your diet, you remove all sugar from your diet, and your hormones and your systems balance out, and you become, and that removal of that process gives you more spirituality. It gives you more connection with the moment and with the people around you. It creates the ability to like love humans more, in a weird way. Because you're so natural, you're going back to your like native animal operating system. Ketosis is just our native state. When your baby comes out of the womb, it is in ketosis, and then we feed it wrong foods, and then it sort of comes out of ketosis and starts developing tendencies. Maybe as long as you're in ketosis, you're able to think and control your direction, and you have a little bit less control over that when you're putting toxins in your body, whether they be drugs or sugar. I just need to put them in the same category so that you understand they have the same effects. You're just not looking at them from an outwards perspective. I dieted super strictly, and I didn't cheat for about 6 months. And then just recently I've had cheat days where I'll like just happen to eat out with friends, and I'll go home and I will destroy the sweets everywhere. It's very difficult to stop eating sugar once you've started it. But it's a lot clearer and it's a lot easier to just stay away from it. As soon as I start eating any type of like chocolate or cookies or anything like that, I feel it. I can truly feel how addictive it is, and my mind still knows how bad it is for me because I've removed it before for such a large period of time, and I can sort of tell the difference between, oh wow, all these cookies that I'm eating, it's just energy. I really could have just gone to sleep, and it's going to make me feel shitty in like 10 minutes, but while I'm eating it, it's so compulsive. it's so addictive while you're eating like sugar. But you could have eaten something different. You could have eaten some walnuts, some pecans, and then just laid down. And you're not going to like feel those feelings. You're not going to feel yourself fall out of ketosis. You're not going to feel yourself wake up shitty in the morning. When I truly remove sugar from my diet and I'm running off of like fats and ketones and just like healthy proteins, I wake up every morning a lot happier, a lot quicker, feeling like I have stuff to do that day, feeling like I have a goal that can be met and that is going to be met. So that's a big point I'm trying to make with the sugar on 4-1. That's when I removed sugar from my diet, and these are the feelings that I felt. I just felt like my body de-stress. I felt freer around people. I felt my inhibitions go way down. I also continued to work out for the last like 8 to 9 months. I feel like I'm really healthy. I've got a little bit of a cold. I think that's from walking around in shorts. It's a little cold outside. I walk around in shorts all the time. But on 4-1, or a little bit before 4-1, the last time I had caused like some damage to my body. I had like been outside and I had caught some type of stiffness in all my nerves from being outside in the cold in the water. And I had like ordered CBD and I cut out sugar to heal from my depression, my anxiety, to remove cravings so I would never have to go through anything like that again. and I've been taking CBDs and I've been maintaining as close to I can on a ketosis diet for like 9 months. And I've been trying to share the idea. I share the idea with as many people as I can. I get a little crazy looks because I have a lot of faith in it. I've felt the changes, especially when you have exogenous ketones. The ketones that I usually take, I haven't had ketones in like 3 to 4 days, and I can feel like the loss of energy. I'm also a little sick, so that sort of sucks. If I would have been able to take some ketones the last few days, I don't know if I would be as sick. There are a lot of ketones out on the market. I've tried like a little bag for like $7, and I've tried like a big jar for like $50. But the ketones that I use now are from the Prove It company, and the reason I love those so much is because of the quality of them. They might be like $5 for a single serving. There are some that are more expensive. But these ketones keep you in ketosis, like high levels of ketosis, unachievable through diet, or at least I believe unachievable through diet. I believe my ketosis levels are anywhere from like 0.5 to like 2.5 from diet, and whenever you drink a ketone, your levels go into like the 5s and the 6s, and you can control that. That's tangible, so you can constantly put yourself in ketosis every day and experience the benefits of like fasting, a fasted clean energy, and sort of put your mind and your body in a state of fasting so it can be clear and focused. You want to be clear and focused for many reasons. It's not cool to be faded anymore, and that's what we're learning. It's not cool to be faded. It's not cool to have that brain fog from medicines and drugs. We wanted those things to correct our mood and to give us energy, and now we're understanding that we can use amazing products to correct our mood and to give us beautiful energy, and it doesn't have to be negative. Hold on. Okay, we're back. I can't remember what I was saying. I just went to hang out with my friend. He said he's had some like traumatic stress for the last 2 years, and he's dealing with a death. A friend that he grew up with has been struggling for a long time, and he has like turned his stresses to like the saddened side. He's not dealing with it well, and I was just trying to give him the perspective of that if you did really want to like chase after recovery really hard, what I did was remove all sugar from my diet and start taking ketones and CBDs as my medicine and as my energy. And I believe it worked very well. And I believe it has me on like a steady path uh, in multiple ways. I just want there to be another idea that there's a way out, and that the answer isn't to like drown yourself and sort of just up the brain fog and up the confusion and sort of block the healing and block like the mental recovery. Whenever you stay in like a fasted state, your mind is like clear of the physical compulsions, and also it'll give you like a mentally sound mind, so you'll understand like reality, and I mean like true reality, not like the delusions and the depressions that you live in. If you live in like a highly energized, motivated state of this solid mindset, you won't be thinking about those negative things. You'll be thinking more on the productive side, the high energy, the high love, the just enjoying life. You can sit in that state by drinking ketones, and I believe whenever you mix them with CBDs are nutrients to all our receptors, that these two natural sources of fuel and medicine will synergistically come together and bring you more spirituality than you've really been able to experience with sugar in your diet. So by removing sugar and adding in the new lifestyle of two high quality products for mindset and for just physical health, nerve health, mental health, gut health, everything, by changing your lifestyle in this dramatic way, you will have healing. You will have spiritual healing, and it'll come from day to day to day, and you will get better and better, and you'll become more aware of who you are, where you are, what you want to be, and how do you get there. And your inhibitions will disappear. They will just like drop off of you like sweat. They'll just be gone. From day to day, you will grow. You will break walls. You will break mental walls. You will heal. You will restore. You won't be stuck in that delusion. You'll be continuously making progress in your mind, just by being more aware of yourself and what like the truth is, and not what like the ugly truth is. Because you can have the same situation and 2 different days feel a lot more fucked up about it than before, sad and angry in both ways. But that sad and that angriness attached to like a situation is the delusion. You can pull your mind out of it by like putting your body in a normalized state with these natural supplements. And there's a lot of people taking CBDs for addiction, for depression, for just nerve medicine, and they've had miracles happen with CBDs, from reversing cancer and diabetes, and people take it for nerve disorders like neuropathy. These things work. These things are well documented. I have like an article of them taking CBD off of the website that I use, and because of its testimonials. The testimonials were too specific. They were too bold in how they word CBDs and what it does for the body. They were too specific, where they really said that I used it to treat diabetes, or like it reversed my cancer. Like they were too specific and they were too bold with it. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't help with all these things. People still need to know. Just because we can't tell that in the testimonials, everybody needs to know that this stuff is natural for us, that if you believe the marijuana plant to be here as medicine, it's really for the CBDs and it's not for the THC necessarily. You take the CBDs every day and you remove sugar from your diet. By removing sugar, you remove like the initial cravings that your body always has, and it'll let your mind relax. You put ketones in your body and your mind does not have those initial cravings. So you're removing cravings from two sides of the spectrum: ketones as your energy source, and CBDs as sort of like the nutrient for all your systems. And ketones are in your blood, and they are providing all this excess energy to the brain and the body. It puts your body in a higher state, a higher functioning state, so that it runs and is more effective off less oxygen. So it's physical too, but it's just such a clear feeling and a clear energy that it's mental. Uh, they speak about it in very bold terms, but the change from sugar to ketones is just dramatic.
I'm going.
Going where?
You have to. I'm going to work. I'll be home by 9:30. Call me when you get out of the thing.
Yeah.
Let me know you're doing okay.
Dang, I missed it a little bit.